Dear students, I am Dr. Pooja Sharma, faculty of MBA department, discussing the balance sheet concept of working capital today. Let's start with the concept of capital. Whatever the amount invested in business, that is known as capital. Capital required for the business can be classified in two categories. First, in fixed capital, second is working capital. Every business needs funds for two purposes. First, for its establishment, second, to carry out its day to day operations or regular activities. For establishment purpose, company can collect the fund from the long term sources. Long term sources can be equity shares, preference shares, debentures, and bonds. And for the short term sources or for the working capital purpose, company can collect the fund from the short term sources. These sources can be commercial papers, commercial bills, treasury bills, certificates, notes, and bank overdraft. Long term sources are required to operate production facilities. Company can use this kind of fund for purchasing of fixed assets, which is permanent in nature, such as plant, machinery, land, building, and furniture. That's why it is known as fixed capital. Whereas firms funds are used by the firm for the short term purposes like the purchasing of raw material, payment of wages, and the other regular expenses. These kind of funds are raised by the company from the short term sources, and these kind of activities are performed by the company on regular basis, and this fund is known as working capital. Fixed capital is not only used by the company for purchasing of fixed assets or non current assets. At the starting of the business, it is also required for the development, expansion, or permanent working capital purpose. Now, the working capital concept. Working capital refers to that part of the firm's capital which is required for financing short term or current assets such as cash, marketable securities, debtors, and inventories. Funds thus invested in current assets keep revolving fast and are constantly converted into cash, and this cash flows out again in exchange for other current assets. Means cash is the most important current assets. It can be converted into other form of the current assets and at the end again converted into the cash. So this process will run continue. Because of this reason, it is also known as revolving capital, circulating capital, or short term capital. Now, there are the two concepts of the working capital, balance sheet concept and operating cycle concept. Both the concepts are different in nature. There are two interpretation of working capital under the balance sheet concept. So here we will discuss the balance sheet concept. First, gross working capital, net working capital. Gross working capital is considered in broad sense, which shows the amount of funds invested in the current assets. Current assets are those assets which can be converted into the cash in one accounting year. Examples of current assets are cash in hand, cash at bank, bills receivable, debtors, short term loans and advances, prepaid expenses, and inventories. Inventories includes raw material, work in process, finished goods, stores and spares and consumables. And net working capital concept is considered in narrow sense. The net working capital is the amount shown by the difference between the current assets and the current liabilities. And the formula of the net working capital is current assets minus current liabilities. Net working capital may be positive or negative. Negative net working capital adversely affects the profitability of the firm, whereas the positive working capital shows the financial soundness of the company. If the current assets are more than the current liabilities, it is positive. If the current liabilities are more than the current assets, then it will be negative working capital. Current liability, here we have discussed about the current liability. So the current liabilities are those liabilities which are intended to be paid in one accounting year by the firm. So here I have taken one of the example for clear understanding of the gross working capital and net working capital. Here the balance sheet is given. Balance sheet shows both current assets and fixed assets, current liabilities and fixed liabilities. It shows both assets and liabilities. Assets, the assets are either the assets are either current assets or fixed assets. Similarly, the liabilities are either current liabilities or fixed liabilities. So here we have to calculate the gross working capital. The formula of the gross working capital is total of current assets. So look the balance sheets. In asset side there are fixed assets as well as current assets are given. So we will identify the current assets. Inventories, debtors, bills receivable and cash in hand are current assets. Goodwill, building and machinery are fixed assets. So we will not take it for calculating gross working capital. So the value of the gross working capital is 2,80,000 by adding inventory, debtors, bills receivable and cash in hand. These are the current assets in the balance sheet, given in the balance sheet. So the total of gross working capital is 2,80,000. For calculating the net working capital, we need current assets as well as current liabilities. We have already calculated current assets. Now we have to calculate current liabilities. Again we will see the balance sheet, liability side, where the current liabilities and fixed liabilities both are given. Equity shares, 8% debentures, reserves and surpluses are the fixed liability of the firm, whereas creditors, bills payable, bank overdraft, outstanding expenses are the current liabilities. Means I am repeating, these liabilities are the liabilities which are intended to be paid by the firm in one accounting year. So here the current liabilities are creditors, bills payable, bank overdraft and outstanding expenses. So the total of current liabilities is 2 lakh rupees. Now we have current assets, the amount of current assets and the current liabilities, and the difference between the current assets and the current liability is 80,000 rupees. So the net working capital is 80,000 rupees. Here the net working capital is positive in nature, so which shows the financial soundness of the company. Positive net working capital shows always financial soundness of the company, because current assets are here, the current assets are more than the current liabilities. As you know, position of working capital shows, or the positive working capital shows the firm's ability to meet its short term obligations, whereas negative working capital adversely affects the profitability of the firm. And no firm can run the business in long run with the negative working capital. So the firm should estimate gross working capital and net working capital to know the financial health of the company and smooth running of the business. The gross working capital concept is financial and going concern concept, whereas the net working capital is an accounting concept of working capital. And both the concepts are important in working capital management. The net concept of working capital may be suitable only for the proprietary firms such as sole proprietorship, partnership firm, but the gross concept is very suitable to the company form of the organization. So we have to identify the working capital requirement. Company should estimate the gross working capital and net working capital properly, and it should be considered while deciding the working capital requirement or for the working capital management of the company. So that's all for today. Thank you so much.